Welcome to another edition of Holding Court. I'm Don Heath.
And I'm Rich McGowan. And Don, it is finally here. We are at the Final Four.
I'm excited. The Final Eight was exciting.
It was thrilling, absolutely. And first up, I think we have to start out with a mea culpa on the Beach Lady Bulldogs. I mean, we've said a few times on this program, they're sort of a two-person team with Willis and Watson. But Saturday night against Westlake, it was a total impressive team effort in upsetting the Lions from Westlake.
You know what I liked the best about Beach was how hard they played the entire game.
Absolutely.
They really they played like an underdog that had to fight the entire time, and took the game to Westlake and took their best shot. Westlake came back from 13 down.
Yes, cut it to one. Actually took the lead at one point
in the fourth quarter, and then they came back. And that's a testament of a good team.
Absolutely. I mean, they full out intensity from start to finish, and I mean, we've talked so much about Willis and Watson, but I mean, I just can't stress enough how impressive Charmaine Green, Indigo Curtis, Whitney Elliott were in the post. Paige Johnson did a real nice job
and handled the ball well, played good defense. Indigo Curtis, we had a good time. She's so small, but she played so well inside against a very big girl. And Charmaine Green gave us some contributions, and they held their own on the boards. And
they all did a real nice job sort of collapsing in, helping each other out. Whenever Westlake's real big girl, Tamika Willis, every time she touched the ball, I mean, they were all over her. It was just an impressive team display and a real good coaching job by Ron Booker.
Yeah, and then when it came down to crunch time, Monique Willis really came up with some big plays.
That's right.
And Kalia Watson was tough as nails in the game as well.
Absolutely. It's just congratulations to the Lady Bulldogs, a total team effort, and frankly, I apologize. That wasn't the only action. Also at Fort Valley, a couple teams' seasons came to an end with Savannah High and Bradwell.
Yeah, Savannah High lost to Westlake, trailed by 17 at one point in the game, cut it to 4.
Yeah.
Made a nice comeback, but just didn't have enough horses at the end. Their problem in that game was officiating called the game very closely.
Yes.
And
if Savannah High was going to have a chance, they needed to keep be a little more physical,
out of foul trouble. Yep. And Carrie Wahlberg was in foul trouble, and that's a disaster for the Blue Jackets, and they couldn't overcome that. And then we had Bradwell against Redan.
And Bradwell gave him a real good game. I got there late in the first half, and I walked in the building, and it was either tied or Bradwell may have been up by a couple points. And I said to you, wow, they're giving them a game. And then I completely
know why they lost.
That's right. It's my fault. Sorry, it was all on me.
You weren't there, and then you showed up.
But it just looked like they just sort of ran out of gas.
Yeah, they did. Redan's big girls just eventually took over the game. And funny thing, their first two girls, not funny, first two girls got in foul trouble. They brought in a third girl, and she's the one that dominated.
The number 50.
Yeah, number 50 dominated the game, and I didn't think they saw that coming. And it was a problem. And then when the other girls came back in the third quarter with just their 2 fouls, they
just didn't have an answer.
And then Redan had some good guards too. That's an undefeated team that's played very well this year. Went to the finals last year. So.
But I think Bradwell just got a great experience here in this tournament. I mean, we said before the tournament started, it was very important for them to win a couple games and really get a good feel for what playoffs are like, because I mean they'll be losing Brittany Speet from the starting 5, and she's a very good player. They will miss her.
How do you spell Brittany?
B-R-I-T. No, P-R. There's 2 N's and 2 I's at the end.
Very difficult. Very difficult.
Yes. You always have to double check that one when you're spelling it. But what was I saying before you gave me the impromptu spelling bee?
You were talking about
the experience, yes.
Yeah, they won 25 games.
Yeah, they picked up a lot of good experience. They're bringing a lot of those girls back. Bradwell, I think, is definitely a team to watch out for come next season, without a doubt.
And Savannah High won 25 games, too. They'll lose Wahlberg and Darnell Jackson, but good nucleus coming back, and a freshman at center, Kavan Freeman. So.
And I have to believe at the start of the season, if you would have said to Tim Jordan, you're going to win 25 games, you're going to go to the state quarterfinals, I got to think he would have taken that.
Yeah, wrap it up. Yeah, he would have taken that.
And not last but certainly not least, the other team still standing on the girls' side, the Savannah Country Day girls. Friday night took a close game into halftime and absolutely blew it open in the third quarter. Ended up winning 60-32 or 33, I believe it was. And Don, I have to say, Catherine Dodson was just unbelievable. It was an incredible performance. She took over that game, but we've seen that before. She's certainly capable of doing that.
Oh yeah, she's done that in the past, and it seems like Country Day's playing its best ball right now.
Absolutely.
And that's exactly when you want to do it. You know, the funny thing about Country Day is they kind of lost the headlines a little bit when Calvary went on and won the championship.
Well, but that's going to happen. I mean, yeah.
Well, they won the championship.
Yeah.
But Country Day's always been there.
Yes.
They beat Calvary 4 out of 5 times last year.
Yep.
Won the region championship by 27 games that Dale Parker told me about. Not that anybody's counting. And but then lost to a team that Calvary beat that team, and then Calvary went on and won the championship last year, and they've kind of been in Calvary's shadow for a while.
For a little bit, and now they're certainly, they're taking their name right back, and you know, getting back to Donson though, I mean, we've seen players really get hot from the floor, shooting great baskets, but Donson only had 1 3-pointer and, as I recall, 1 long jumper. The rest of her buckets came from in the paint, a lot of times coming off of a steal. She really just imposed her will more than anything else. I mean, she was not going to lose that game. She just absolutely single-handedly dominated that game in every facet, just pounding the Bulldogs down low. I mean, it was just a heck of an all-around performance. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, basketball is obviously not her top sport either.
Which is incredible.
But you can see that she's such a great athlete.
Yes.
That her will to play well and to be a competitor dominates some of those games.
And next up for the Hornets, the Final Four, they will play Southwest Atlanta Christian with a record of 17-12, but they've won 11 games in a row. And they are led by a 6'1" senior, Mariah Chandler. And Don, this is sort of what I've sort of been waiting for Country Day in the playoffs to face a team with some size. And they don't have anybody near 6'1" like Mariah Chandler. So how they can deal with that size, I think, is really going to be critical to how this game goes for the Hornets.
You do exactly like Beach did.
Yeah.
And you need help. You got to be behind her and have somebody in front of her and box her out and don't let her get second chances.
And these two teams do have a couple common opponents. It's not exactly an exact science, but it can be interesting to look at. Southwest Atlanta Christian played Holy Innocents and Padilla, 2 teams Country Day beat. Country Day beat Holy Innocents by 4 early on in the season, and then beat Padilla by 6. Country Day beat Holy Innocents by 5. Southwest Atlanta Christian lost to Holy Innocents by 4, and then they beat Padilla in the second round of this year's tournament by 3 points in overtime. So, take that for whatever it's worth.
Yeah, not worth anything.
No, not really, but, it's interesting. I like looking at kind of performance. And Beach will play Thursday evening at Gwinnett, and the Beach Bulldogs will be playing Marietta with a record of 24-7.
Tall task. It's just outside Atlanta in Cobb County, Marietta, and they put a lot of emphasis on recruiting teams over there.
They sure do.
I'm not sure exactly what Marietta, how they've collected their team, but I imagine it's come from a wide area.
And they're led by a girl, I hope I'm saying this name right, Talia McCall. She's like Westlake. Marietta has some size, but that's not exactly, as we saw, a deal breaker for the Bulldogs. McCall is a 6'2" senior forward. They've got a pair of 6'3" girls and another 6'2" girl. Obviously Beach has some familiarity playing against a taller opponent, and they'll have to do what they did against Westlake to move on to the championship game.
Like we said, Marietta's lost 7 games, so they can be beaten.
They can be beaten. And that game is Thursday at 7. If Beach wins, they will be playing the very next night in the championship, also at 7 o'clock. And Country Day, if they should beat Southwest Atlanta Christian Wednesday, they will be playing Saturday morning at 11 a.m. Don, it's been fun. This is going to be our last webcast of the season, at least. We might come back and do something of a recap after the championships, but it's been a lot of fun.
It's been a lot of fun, yeah. This is a great time. We've had some exciting basketball to talk about, and it's been a great time.
Absolutely. And as always, I'm Rich McGowan.
And I'm Don Heath.
And we'll see you next time.
Thanks.